Hello everyone and welcome to Call Sign Charlie Models. It is time for part 2 of Mozzie Monday, and so far what I've gotten done is I went ahead and I finished off the gun bay right here using the Edward gun bay set. As you can see, it looks really nice with all the decals and everything. There is some wiring back here, but you can't see it because the ammo cans covers up all of that work. There is a little bit of cabling that goes down around this box right here, but that's about the extent of what you can see. Now with the fuselage joint, I don't know what it is, but this one did fight me a lot. So as you can see with the tape and everything, it just did not want to go together. And what I'm thinking is because of this section right here. This one did give me a fight when I was putting it in the first place. And I'm thinking that this is the main reason why I had an issue with the aft section. So it's kind of popped clear now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for the rest of the fuselage to finish drying. Even I can see some areas that are going to need some touch up again and some putty, which I don't know, that's on me somehow. To get this to fit right, we'll have to see. We'll have to do some more squeezing. Like if I squeeze it a little bit, I can get it back together. I think when I was trying to pop this into place, this glue joint popped. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to re-hit this with glue, tape it tight again so that way it can set, and I'm going to let this set for a while and let the glue fully cure before I start messing with this section again right here. But as you can see, everything's done. This, it fits okay. The whole gun bay and everything, like the initial part, fits perfectly, right? All the assembly fits perfectly. But when you get it into the fuselage, it does try to fight you a little bit. I'm going to have to do some more fighting to get this to work. But other than that, that's about the extent of where I'm at right now. I got the horizontal tailplane on, and then we have some more pieces to add on to the bottom right here to cover up this, and that's it. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get off camera, I'm going to glue this, and I'm going to tape it down real quick and let that set for a few hours to try to really get that to dry good and hard, so I can start messing with this section right here and trying to get this to work, because this is also going to affect the fit of the wings when it comes that time. So that's where we're at. Welcome to part 2, and part 2 I'm hoping to get all of this done and possibly start work on the wings or the engines, because the engines are going to take a lot of work, and I don't know, I might just go with the kit engines instead of the Edward ones. But that's where we're standing, and I'll be back in just a second after I get this all fixed. And we're back, and not much going on with the Mosquito right now. Just got the sprue goo onto the seams right here that I'm going to be sanding down here in a little bit, and then also got the both engines, I only have one right here, ready for primer and paint. Now I decided to use the kit parts. I do have the Edward set, but I decided after looking at the instructions and everything, I'm just not going to deal with that. So using the kit one, which absolutely looks gorgeous to begin with. The only thing from the Edward set that I am using is actually the exhaust right here, because these are again 100 times better than what the kit ones do, because the kit ones, the exhausts are not hollowed out like these. So this is just going to look a lot better with that. And what I should have done after, I noticed afterwards I did have the aftermarket rocker covers right here, but I didn't notice it in time, and I went ahead with the kit ones. But the kit ones are pretty nice as well, and only one of these engines are going to be visible. I might go in afterwards after all the paint is done, and I might follow the Edward instructions and add the cabling and everything just to kind of liven one of them up. But that's where we're standing with that. So I'm going to go ahead, get off camera. I'm going to get everything primed and start painting, and then when I am all done with the painting, I'll be back to show you how everything's looking. So I'll be back in 1 second. Alright, we're back with the Mosquito, and this is going to be the end of part 2. So what all was done, where we got all the painting and everything done for both engines right here. As you can see, all that is done and ready for clear coat. Now I am going to have one of the engines, the right engine, out and exposed. So what I am doing is I am going through the Edward instructions for the Brazen set right here, and instead of doing all the resin and everything, I use a Tamiya kit because Tamiya kit is absolutely gorgeous. Yes, the Edward one does have a little bit more detail, but this one actually turns out pretty nice. And what I'm doing to spruce this up a little bit is, I don't know if you can see it, hopefully you can, the camera zoomed in, but I'm adding in all the spark plug wires and everything to this, and then I'm going to paint it after all the wires are added. So all the spark plug wires are added, some of the cabling back here is done, and I'm trying to replicate it as much as possible from the Edward to the Tamiya kit. Yes, there are some differences, and I'm needing to drill some holes and make some holes up just to try to get it as close as possible to the Edward set right here. We also have another thing to add right on top of here as well, the Edward photo etch right here. So, but this engine is going to be the one that is going to be exposed, so this is why I'm adding all the cabling to it. You can see the spark plug wires going through there, and then some wiring going back here, and then we have a little bit more to go on to the engine. Like I said, the photo etch piece right up here, and then looks like we're going to be adding some wiring to the frames that go on, and I might actually need to add in a couple of the Edward Brazen pieces to the framing, because it looks like there's some other detail included on that. So that's where we're standing right now with the engines. Hopefully for next part we are finishing up the engines, getting those all done so we can start moving on. Now moving on with this kit, we should start to really see some major progress here in the near future, because the Catalina fuselage is almost all together. I got the top half glued together last night, and today I'm going to be gluing the bottom half. So once that fuselage is all glued together, I am putting everything up for the Catalina aside, and then we are going to solely concentrate on the Mosquito until the Mosquito is done. Then after that I can go back to the Catalina, and I'm going back to a one project at a time type of person, because this is just taking up too much space, too cluttered, driving me crazy, and that's the way we're going to work from now on. Also, it's going to double up my bench time and get that done, and also I'm going to be able to get some DCS time in as well. So that's where we're standing with the the Mosquito. Like I said, for part 3 we're going to be finishing up the engines and moving on to the center wing spar right along. Let me get to the correct page. Yep, so after all the engines are done, we're moving to the center wing spar, getting all that done right there, and then hopefully it'd be perfect is if I could get the wings put onto the actually no, because we still got a long way to go before we get to that point. So part 3 engines will be getting done, and then we'll start moving on with the center wing spar and the wings. So if you haven't yet, don't forget to like and subscribe, comment down below, and hit the bell button for notifications of when I post future content like part 3 of the Mosquito build. But until next time, I hope you guys have a great day, and stay frosty and happy modeling.